we are here along the beautiful Aegean Sea coast, and I wanted to make some video clips of my experience driving in Turkey. And one of the things I wanted to show you was the fact that the far right lane, we are actually currently parked in the far right lane, which is a through lane. But as we've gone on, I realized that it's a parking lane. Like, people will just park in it. So let me show you. There's a semi here, and in front of him there's cars, and behind me, way back there, I don't know if you can see that, there's cars parked. But this is a through lane. So as you enter into some of these smaller towns and stuff, if there's 3 lanes, the far right lane is for sure going to be parking. The second lane from the right, or the middle lane, will potentially be parking. So like every so often someone will just be stopped and have like ran into a shop, and then people will be like weaving in and out of the cars that are stopped. And then the far left lane will be the only through lane. It's very interesting, and I'll try to get some more some different things I've noticed as a driver here in Turkey. It's not terrible, but I'll try to catch some more things on here if I can, and make a little compilation of driving in Turkey. So this one was the far right lane. Expect it to just be parking. This lady's Mexico style selling water bottles right in the road, so you can expect that while you're driving too. You can grab yourself a cold bottle of water while you're in the friggin' intersection. So something I've noticed quite a bit as we've driven is that the police, they'll just drive along with their lights on, but in fact they're not pulling anyone over or like even controlling the speed of traffic, because that police car that just passed me was actually behind me at a light, and then I passed him, and then we went away from him, and like 8 cars went around him, and he didn't stop anyone. He just kind of cruising along. Like, we'll probably pass him again, because we're gonna end up doing like 110 kilometers an hour here shortly, and just go by him. So I'm kind of curious, like, so if you're on the highway driving here and you see a police car with his lights on, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to pull over. That's just something they do. I've seen it so many times. And in fact, there's a car up here like riding the cop's tail, and the cop got out of the guy's way. So it's very interesting. I'm not sure why they do that, but yeah, don't necessarily think you need to pull over if you see something like that. Just kind of read the situation and then go from there. So here's something worth noting while driving here. The lights have like a reverse yellow. So when the light's about to turn green, the yellow will flash, and most of these cars have a engine stall at the upon braking and stopping, so as to preserve gas. So right when that yellow light turns on, I noticed if you let off the brake and the motor will start by the time the light turns green. Let's see if I can get it here. It should be going any second now. So here, we'll let off the brake, and the car is running, and we got a green. All right, I pulled over. This is something I've been wanting to get. These mock police cars, they are everywhere. You can see them in Eastern Europe a lot, but I've seen a few of them here. So it's just a cardboard cutout to get people to slow down, thinking that there's actually a cop car there. It's pretty funny. So this is kind of just an opinion about driving here in Turkey. Not really an example, but not really much to teach you about what we're doing here. But what I wanted to say was, if you get a rental car, you have access to a car, you can really go places that you're never going to get to see on like a tour group or anything like that. I mean, we just went and found this little tiny ruin, and now we're just going through these tiny little streets here to try to get out. Left here?
Left.
So just look at this. I mean, this is tiny little streets here. Hopefully there's not another car.
We're good.
But yeah, it's interesting. So it's really nice to have a car. So here's a good one to know. If you see a brown sign like that, that is a point of interest sign. So it's either going to be a like an ancient site, or like a beach or something. It's kind of like a tourist attraction, or a point of interest, I like to call it. But we just driving along, and we saw a couple today, so we're gonna go check this one out now. But if you see those brown signs and you're not in a hurry and you've got a car, pull over and check it out. It might be something pretty neat. I just wanted to show you driving in the cities here in Turkey can be a little hectic. At any second now, something chaotic will happen, I'm sure. But basically what you want to do is give yourself some space between you and the next guy. Assume someone's going to jump over, and if someone is riding your butt, just, you know, get over if you can. It's kind of like they'll flash the brights at you if you're not going as fast as they'd like. You know, brake checking people really doesn't do you much good here. Honking at people doesn't really do you much good here. But just kind of leave yourself some space and be safe. Assume at any second that someone's going to come over into your lane. And it's kind of like in the United States, you would put your signal on and then let somebody over. If, you know, someone sees you with your signal, they'll let you over. But here, like, people will just force themselves into your lane. So if someone starts to come over, just brake a little and let them in. It's just kind of how everything works here, because it's so chaotic that everyone just, it's kind of like an organized chaos. Like, it's so hectic, but really, like, we haven't seen one accident the entire time we've been here. When we get out on one of these country roads, I'll show you the significant difference between driving in the city and driving in the country. But in general, the roads are really nice, and you shouldn't have an issue getting around anywhere. Well, one of the nice things about driving here in between major towns is that there's not a lot of traffic, and these roads are really nice. And you get to see a lot of little small towns, or even, like I was just showing you, the snow-capped peaks over there. And plus it's the weekend right now, and it's lockdown, so a majority of Turkish people are at their house. They're not out and about. But in general, driving between major cities and towns affords you just a pretty relaxing ride, and it's usually pretty smooth sailing, and there's usually no issues. Right now there's an occasional stop by the police, but usually they just see us and they're like, yeah, these people are super white, so they just wave us on, or they'll check our passports and see our nationality and let us go on. But other than that, it's really smooth sailing, good roads, no issues. Well, as you may notice by the way that everyone is driving on the other side of the road, we are no longer in Turkey, but I did want to conclude my video of driving in Turkey. Even my little brief shot there of driving in the city wasn't as chaotic as it can sometimes be. So as I stated in that portion, just be on your toes and keep an eye out. One thing I did want to add, though, that you should watch out for throughout the entirety of Turkey is animals. Dogs and cats. They are very prone to just run out into traffic. You'll see them everywhere if you know anything about Turkey. There's dogs and cats everywhere. But keep an eye out for them, because they're actually one of the bigger threats when you're driving. If you hit them going, 20, 30 miles an hour, you're going to probably take their life and cause some damage to your car. So definitely be aware of that. But as far as driving in Turkey, we had a really great experience. We didn't have any issues with either of our rental car places. We didn't have any issues with accidents or damage, or even dings or scratches in parking lots or anything. So if you're looking to rent a rental car, or maybe someone's going to loan you a vehicle in Turkey, don't hesitate to do that. You should have a good experience and be able to see a lot more than you would otherwise if you were just, say, taking buses or doing group tours. But yeah, if you're looking to do that, I would certainly suggest getting a car. And thanks for watching my video. Hope it gave you just a brief idea of what it's like to drive in Turkey. Stay safe and stay sane out there.